either one, if I could combine them somehow. Mark Madden, evidence. Once again, I swear on my mother's life, may she drop dead, if Mark Madden walks up in front of me, I don't hop on him and attempt to break every bone in his fucking body. If I can, I will. If I can't, he'll have to stop me from trying. I swear that on my mother's life. No good sack of shit. He's a fucking backstabber. He's sucking Eric Bischoff's dick. He's a big fat piece of shit who has not been promoted in his newspaper probably in fucking 15 years, who will never be anybody in the wrestling business or any other business, and so he concocts this persona for himself where he's wrestling's most controversial jack-off, or whatever the fuck he called himself. He fucking turns on his friends for money. He's a fucking lowlife, and I will go on. I never had a problem with Mark Madden. He used to call me up, as Brian knows. Brian, he lived down the road from Brian in Pittsburgh. He used to call me up, we talked, we laughed about shit, fine, hey Mark, how you doing? Never a crossword between us, okay? He gets on that fucking WCW hotline, and I do the deal with KC's windshield, which some of it was after last year's fan week, so we can tell that story in a minute. But anyway, somebody brings up to me, hey, have you heard what Mark Madden has said on the 900 number? Which up to that time, to show you how naive I was, I didn't realize they were even exposing the business on the 900 number for WCW, much less doing all the other shit they do, which shows you how far behind I was. Crazy idiots. But anyway, I called it up. He jumps in my shit with both feet about the deal with KC, which number one was private, didn't have anything related to the wrestling business. Wasn't anything related to the wrestling business. It was a private deal. Number two, certainly didn't need to be on the WCW 900 number. And number three, didn't need to be a guy that I considered my friend reporting it. Much less not only reporting it, but jumping in on my ass with both feet about it. But then he goes on after that to say, well, Cornette's got a bunch of problems, including he fucked the Heavenly Bodies on their payoffs during fan week, so they have made statements that they'll never work for him again. Well, obviously that really came to pass. Well, that's been disproven several times over now, and I even went to Tom and Jimmy thinking, okay, now I'm starting to get paranoid. I said, is anything wrong? No. He said that I had a restraining order against me already for threatening and attempting to kill or maim or whatever another Smoky Mountain Wrestling employee, which I guess was Pam, which I didn't. I didn't have any kind of, from what I know of restraining orders, whoever you get the order to restrain, you've got to tell them, right? That's part of the deal. Okay, so no, I didn't have a restraining order against me. Pam, for y'all's information, got mad because I yelled at her and fired her for nearly killing 14 people with that light stand last year. She had already taken a job with a travel agent, was only going to be working for us part-time anyway. I got hot and yelled at her. She fucking got mad about it, kept all the fan week records and $1,100 of fan week money that she had opened a special account for and wouldn't give it back. And when I found out she wasn't going to give back the money or give the records to prove that she didn't have the money, that's when I called her a no-good backstabbing cunt. And that's when I said, I'll come over to your goddamn travel agency and throw a chair through your front window, let you give me my money back. And that was the end of it. I didn't go, her chair didn't get thrown through the window, never seen her again to this day. The Madden reports I've got restraining orders out against me. He reports that all of our investors have pulled out and that we're going to be out of business. Now, this was last September, by the way. We'll be out of business within 6 weeks. Hello. Anybody got a calendar? He said something else. This has been a year, so I mean, he said something else that was a blatant lie. So I called him up, and I was hot. And he answered the phone. I said, Mark Madden. He said, yeah. I said, Jim Cornette. He said, hi, Jim. I said, hi, you big fat son of a bitch. I said, have you got a fucking problem with me? He said, what do you mean? I said, what do I mean? He said, don't give me that fucking shit. I said, you did your 900 number this week, right? I said, that's your voice, right? I said, you know what I got a problem with. Well, Jim, I just call it as I said, no, fuck you. I said, don't give me that shit. I said, you know it's not true. I said, you know it's a bunch of horse shit. I said, well, he said, you know me well enough, Jim, if I've said anything wrong, I'll retract it, but, you know, if you can give me where I can check these facts out. I said, check. I said, number one, one of your friends that you've grown up down the road from works here. You could have called. You didn't try to call me. You didn't try to call Brian. You didn't call no fucking body. You didn't ask nobody. I said, how would you know what conversations have gone on between me and my investors, except me and my investors? I said, and I know damn well you ain't talked to me, and I know damn well you ain't talked to them. I said, what'd you do? Check your courthouse about the restraining order? I said, what'd you do? Call up Tom and Jimmy? Have you talked to them personally? I said, what is your fucking deal? I said, I'll tell you what your fucking deal is. Eric Bischoff don't like me because I've told everybody what I think of him. That he's a no-talent, useless fucking prick and embarrasses this wrestling business. And I've told him and everybody else that. And will repeatedly because it's the truth. And their own product bears that out more than ever before. I said, Eric Bischoff don't like me. He wants you to stir up shit on the 900 number. The only reason that Madden's on there is because Bischoff don't know the difference in fucking in anything related to do with working or shooting in the business. I said, you're sucking up to him, you're kissing his ass. I said, and you're hopping in on me with both feet. I said, you backstabbing a fat piece of shit. I said, I've always been your friend. I never said nothing bad about you. I said, and you jump in on me with both feet like this on their fucking 900 number. I said, fuck you. I said, I'll fucking see you again one of these days. I said, you don't say shit like that about people, and it just gets let go. The stuff he said about Ross, his fucking face. If I was Ross, I'd fucking get him. You know, Ross was more inclined to call a lawyer and sue somebody. Might have. But I would have done it. He made fun of Ross's face. The shit he said about Dusty and Ole, and I mean, Jesus Christ. Ole's not my favorite human in the world, but still, if I was him, and he said that shit, I'd have fought him. And so then, ever since then, every time he gets a chance, even on his reports, well, and Tammy Finch, Smoky Mountain Wrestling's best manager, you know, he said he wrote in that Underground Annual a bunch of shit, which that elevated from ass kicking to attempted murder in my book. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'll go after his kneecaps. I'll do whatever I got to goddamn do to hurt that son of a bitch, because it's personal shit. I never said nothing about him, and when I had a problem with him, I called him up face to face. He's got a problem with me. He's such a no-dick, no-ball, pussy fucking coward that he's got to put it on a 900 number or write it to somebody's sheet so they can print Xerox out from 1,000 miles away. The difference between me and him, if he'll ever give me this opportunity, I'll fucking prove it, is that I would stand in front of him and tell him everything that I've said here, whereas he wouldn't have the goddamn guts because he wouldn't get half of it out of his mouth before I'd have my fist in it. That's the fucking deal. That is, and ever since then, he has tried to fucking malign us and knocked me personally, everything he could do from that far away. But if he got up, nobody will say anything to my face. And that's the truth, what I just told you, as far as, I've got, people have sent me shit that he's written. I've got tapes of stuff that he said. He had me and Candido on the 900 number in a heated argument. Remember that? Or did you ever even hear that? I mean, you imagine he's on twice a fucking week or whatever. This has been going on for a year, so, you know, he was hitting it heavy there for a while. I called Chris up. I said, Chris, we missed the argument. I said, was it a good one? I said, would I have enjoyed it? The difference between them is Mitchell writes what he thinks is the truth. Keller writes what he wishes was the truth. And Madden don't give a shit as long as it makes him sound good and knocks people that his bosses don't like. He knows that Keller, honest to God, don't believe that the shit that he writes is wrong. He believes it's true, whether it is or not. But Madden knows. He knows it's not right. He knows it's not true. He knows it's a bunch of horse shit. He knows that he's pissing people off. He knows he's going too far. And I would be afraid if I was him after what he said about a number of people walk out my goddamn front door, but I noticed that he don't talk about anybody that lives in Pittsburgh. And if he wrote that way in his newspaper about the fucking high school football teams he covers or whatever, then he probably wouldn't have a goddamn window left in his house intact. But he's got better sense than to do that because he's a pussy. So that's what I feel about Mark Madden, and that's the truth. And anybody that don't believe me, as far as take my word over his, I don't give a fuck, because that's the way it is. Casey, where should I start? Goddamn. For a number of weeks, actually even months, since he started fucking up, I think it was months, he can't. I get so wrapped up in this shit sometimes, he keeps my daggone calendar in his brain. Casey, I liked the guy. I really did. I saw a lot of me in him because he was such a fucking smartass. And I liked that. He wanted to work in the wrestling business. I didn't have nothing for him to do, but he asked me, is there anything I could do? I created stuff which needed to be